of a snake. Like, my toxic masculinity is not so high that I'll be like, yeah, you know what, man? Come on, snakey. Come on. It's a snake. Instead of just letting it go, this guy turns, he's like, I cannot believe it, a big man like this. Hey, Jean-Pierre, Jean-Pierre. He turns to his son. He's like, Jean-Pierre, monsieur le droit de ici, le serpent, parce que ici, le pardon, ici, le... And this kid's like, ha, ha, ha. Snake. Snake. And he's like, oui, snake. Are you afraid? Snake. What is this? It's a snake. Snake. And these two carry on for like 15 seconds non-stop. Right? Just back and forth. Snake, snake, snake the whole time. He's like, snake, are you scared? Snake, snake, snake. I'm like, whatever, man. You guys lost all your wars. So I go to the back. Right? I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this because there's snakes. So I go to the back, take all my stuff, and I climb up, and I'm sitting at the top, right? Because I want to see the show. I just don't want to be a part of it, okay? And so I've got my stuff, and I move all the way up to the top, and I sit there. And as I get there, the show starts, and Deng Basan's really excited, and he's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your first performer, the powerful Python." And dude comes out with a giant python wrapped around him, right? And this guy had this cool trick where the python would squeeze him really tight, super tight, so tight you could almost hear his bones cracking, right? And then he'd make a sound. He'd be like, "Eh." And the snake would let go. And then it would start squeezing him again, and he'd be like, "Eh." And the snake would let go. And it would squeeze him again, and he'd make the same sound. He'd be like, "Eh." And the snake would let go. And I was like, wow, this is dope. This is cool. Yeah, they're in a consensual relationship. I like this. This is, And so he leaves with the snake. The next performer comes out, and this guy had a green mamba with him, right? And so Deng Basan is like, "Ladies and gentlemen, the green mamba!" And this guy comes out, and he had a cool trick where he took the lid off the basket, and the green mamba would come out, and then it would start doing like a little move, and then someone would play music, and then the snake charmer would dance with the snake, and they'd do the same moves. It was dope. It was like a Justin Timberlake video, just the two of them, okay? Play back and forth. I was like, oh, that was dope. And the snake goes back in, and then Deng Basan came out one final time, and he's like, "Now, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the final part of the show? Please welcome the King Cobra." And the final performer comes out with a cobra, puts the snake down. This is the lid, snake comes out. And I don't know what it was about this snake, but you could feel the energy change. Like, they were all snakes, but the snake looked mean, you know? Like it looked like it hated life. There was something about it. Like the snake looked like it had a mortgage. Because it looked at us, and then it fixed its eyes on the charmer, and he was really cool and calm. He didn't even look at the snake. He addressed us. He was like, "Ladies and gentlemen, they say the cobra can strike faster than a man can blink. But can a man move faster than the snake can think?" And I'm like, ooh. I don't know what that means, but I'm in. Because it sounds like a dumb Instagram quote, but I'm in. And this guy had the most amazing trick. What he did was, he got right up close to the snake, right? And he'd put his hands behind his back. And then he would make it seem like he was going to kiss the snake. And the snake would be no further than like a foot from his face. And then he would make this sound, like a kissing sound. And as he made the sound, the snake would try to bite him, and then he'd move out of the way. I've never seen anything like it. So he leaned in, and he's like, "Come on, snake. Too slow, snakey. Try again. No love for you, my friend. Come on, snakey." And all of us are enthralled. Every single one of us. No one's making a sound, no one's moving. And he does it over and over again. And then, to take it to the next level, he closes his eyes, parts his lips. And I guess at this point, the snake was probably like, "Oh, I think I figured this out. This dude's gonna make the sound, and then he's gonna move. But if I bite before the sound, I can change everyone's lives." Because that's exactly what the snake does. The guy closes his eyes, pouts his lips. Before he can make the sound, the snake strikes him. Pa! Bam! Hits him on the mouth, right? Cuts his lip open, blood goes spraying everywhere. Now, that should be the end of the story. That should be the craziest part of the story. No, this is the middle. The snake hits him on the mouth, the blood goes spraying. This guy jumps back and then acts like he didn't just get bitten by a snake. Which makes us think we're crazy, because we all saw it. Everyone in the audience was like, oh, and then he jumps back and he just like shakes it off. You know what he did? He did that thing, you know that thing that people do where like you get their hand jammed in a car door or something? Like, you know, like it's slammed and it'll be like, and then people will just be like, He did that, but with a snake. So the snake hits him, the blood sprays, and he jumps back and he's like, Don't worry, we're fine. Don't worry. Don't worry. Everybody, we're fine. Relax, relax. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. But we weren't fine. You know how we know this? Because his face started melting on the one side, right? So his face starts melting, his lip starts turning blue, and he goes back to do his kiss trick again, but he can't even stand, and then he looks at the snake looks at him, and he's like, okay, show is done. Good night, everybody. Goodbye. Good night. He runs off. And all of us are just like, what the hell just happened, right? He runs off. I have questions in my head. I'm like, is he gonna be okay? Do we get our money back? How does this work? And then we turn back and we realize he's forgotten his snake. And you know what the worst thing was? Is it seemed like the snake realized the same thing at the same time. Because the snake also watched him leave. And then as we turned back, the snake was also like, oh, shit. And so now, it's just us and the snake. And mind you, there's no barrier, right? There's no concrete, there's no glass, there's nothing. It's an authentic Balinese experience. So we're all staring at the snake is staring at us. And then one genius decided now would be the perfect time to get an Instagram picture. And I don't know if it was the camera, the sound, or the flash. All I heard was click, and the snake jumped up and was like, and we were all like, ah! And then it was chaos. Pandemonium ensued. Now don't forget, I was at the back, so I just jumped off. I was like, haha, being black saved me! I was out! Panic ensued. Everyone jumps up, people are trying to scramble, like trampling over each other. The French guy was my favorite because he jumps up and he's like, Sacre bleu! Le serpent! Le serpent! Allez, Jean-Pierre, allez! And he's pushing the people and he's running. He's like, allez, Jean-Pierre, Jean-Pierre! And when he turns, his son hasn't moved, right? So little Jean-Pierre is planted to the spot, terrified. And you see his face, he's like, Papa! 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 He's like, Jean-Pierre, allez, mon ami! He's like, Papa! Papa! And so the dad realizes he's got to go back in and save his kid, right? But now this is one of those moments where I think you can see the fundamental difference between mothers and fathers, right? Because a mother would run in without thinking and she'd be like, I will die for my child. Strike me now, snake, right? That's moms. Dads will also save their kid, but in the back of their head, you know the dad is thinking, yo, I'm gonna save my kid, but I don't wanna die. I mean, I don't wanna die because this dumbass didn't know to run when his dad was running. I mean, there's a snake, and I start running. Why wouldn't you run at the same time? Now I gotta die for your dumbass, which makes no sense, because I can make another one of you. You can't make another one of me. I should just make you a brother, and we can mourn your dumbass death together. I don't even know why we're doing this right now. I think that's what the dad was thinking, right? Because he didn't fully commit. Instead, he tried to sneak in behind his kid. And then he grabs the back of his hoodie and yanks him to safety. So now little Jean-Pierre is choking in the ground. He's like, and he finally gets him to the side. And another snake charmer comes running out, grabs the snake, puts it in the sack. And finally, danger's averted. Everybody's safe. Everyone is safe, but terrified. Some people are crying, others are in shock. I'm standing on the side watching all of this. Little Jean-Pierre's there with his dad. They're both in tears. He's like, désolé, mon ami. Désolé, Jean-Pierre, désolé. And he's like, Papa, le trou de léger le poids de le joie. Le poids de... And I don't speak French, but I know this kid was like, you asshole, you left me. I'm gonna tell mom. And so I'm staring at them, and I guess they could feel that I was staring. So they both stopped at the same time, and they turned and looked at me, and I looked at them. And in that moment, I realized we're all human beings. We'll experience the same thing. We went through the same trauma. No matter what happened to us before, we're all human beings. Because they looked at me, and I could see in their eyes what they'd just experienced, what I'd experienced. And in that pause, I bent down, I got real close to them, and I was like, Snake. That's how racism starts.